Hi, Gene here with today's thought. Today I'm going to start with a phrase that our friends across the pond, as they put it, across the pond, this would be the Atlantic Ocean, our friends in England, they have a phrase, gobsmacked. I guess it's the equivalent of an American here being hit in the face with a 2x4. It's just coming to a sudden realization, and that's what seems to be happening in New York. And this is also an example today of how dominant the far left is of the Democratic Party and how they will attack anybody, even a fellow Democrat, even a moderate. Well, I would say that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, is to the left of center. He's way to the left of center, not as radical as these other people. But even someone like Eric Adams, you step over the line, you deviate from the orthodoxy, deviate from the narrative, and you're condemned. And that's why, for what I'm about to tell you, he's being called. Well, let me tell you what happened. He's been complaining about the migrant crisis, or the unlawful alien crisis, as I call it, all these unlawful aliens coming into New York. And by the way, he blames Texas, but Texas is sending only 35% of the people who are coming, of these unlawful aliens, are coming into New York State, if not just New York City. The rest is Joe Biden, the government. They were all the governor Abbott of Texas has been doing openly in the light of day what the Biden administration had been doing clandestinely at night, flying, never mind on buses, flying in vast numbers of unlawful aliens, but taking them to upstate New York, or to Westchester, or to upstate New York. In other words, into the conservative areas of New York and outside of New York City. So Abbott is sending them right to New York City, and the mayor just announced that he just ordered every city agency to cut its budget by 5% on the way to as much as 15%. He says, because it's costing us so much to take care of these unlawful aliens that we can't handle it. We're going to have to cut. We're going to have to cut spending and not help, for instance, poor American New Yorkers, because they want to take care of these poor unlawful aliens. So he had been railing against the federal government, saying, send us aid, send us money to take care of these people. But then he said something that really surprised me. But just the other day, he said they should return or stay in Mexico and have their cases adjudicated, the ones seeking asylum, have their cases adjudicated while they're sitting in Mexico. That's how he put it. But there's a simpler way to put it, which is restore the Trump policy. That was the Trump policy. Make them stay in Mexico. And when they weren't, and when Congress wasn't building the wall, or tried to stop funding for building the wall, and progress was slow, Trump called the president of Mexico, and he said, okay, I want 28,000 Mexican troops on the border, stopping this flow of unlawful aliens. Or we called them on a Friday and said, if you don't do that, then on Monday I'm going to impose a 25% tariff on every product coming in from Mexico. And to paraphrase Joe Biden, when he was talking on tape about getting the prosecutor in Ukraine fired, son of a bitch, he sent, this would be the president of Mexico, he sent the troops, and the troops guarded the border and stopped just about completely stopped the flow of unlawful aliens from Mexico into the United States. But what happened after is what's so interesting, because now the left, his fellow Democrats, are calling him the Black Donald Trump. The Black Donald Trump, because he just exercised a little bit of common sense and said we can't take anymore. And he was only talking about New York City, but at least he's feeling what these other the Texas border towns are feeling. And he finally said it. He said, keep them in Mexico. Don't let them come over the border. For that, he's been being called the Black Donald Trump. So it's going to be interesting to see what they call him, if, as is perfectly possible now, Adam says, finish the wall. Lord knows what he is going to be called then by his fellow Democrats. But all I can say as a conservative, I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. I'm already planning my popcorn purchases. And that's it. That's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Share this video with anybody you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.